There were 5 of us. Me, Jess, Mark, Riley, and Dave. We'd done this every year since college. Same spot, same tent, same awful gas station hot dogs on the way in. The only difference this time? We found something. Dave tripped over it while gathering firewood. Just a corner of a rusted metal box sticking out from under some dead leaves. Inside, a cassette tape, no label. Just a smear of dirt across the front and something carved into the side. It said, "Play me," so of course we did. Riley still had a cassette player in her van. The sound was scratchy, static. Then a voice. A man's voice, slow, raspy, unnatural. At first, we thought it was a prank recording or a number station or something. But then we heard it. Our names, one by one. Jessica, Riley, Mark, David, Tyler. We froze. Then it got worse. Jessica, will drown in still water. Riley, devoured. Mark, burned. David, broken. Tyler, alone. It ended with a long stretch of static. Then the sound of someone breathing. Then it cut off. We all laughed at first. Nervous, dumb laughter. Told ourselves it was some local trying to scare off campers. But the tape, it felt personal. That night, Jess wandered down to the lake to brush her teeth. She never came back. We searched until 2 a.m. Dave slipped and twisted his ankle. Riley called the park rangers, but no signal. At sunrise, we found Jess's flashlight on the lake shore. The water was perfectly still, not even ripples. I remembered the voice. Jessica, we'll drown in still water. I didn't say it out loud. We packed up, fast. Riley insisted we listen to the tape again. Same voice, new message. You shouldn't have played it again. We stopped the van and got out, shaken. Mark threw the tape into the woods. But when we got back in the van, it was in the cup holder. We didn't talk after that. When I turned the key, nothing. The van wouldn't start. We were stuck, so we had to stay one more night. That night, Mark was struggling with the fire. He kept trying to light it, but the wood was too damp. He kept cursing under his breath. "Screw this," he said as he grabbed the gas can. He poured some over the wood. The flame suddenly exploded up his sleeve. It happened so fast, there was nothing we could do. It was like the fire was possessed. His eyes locked on mine, and I thought of the tape. Mark, burned. We never really slept. We just sat there in the van watching the woods. The smell of burnt fabric, and Mark hung in the air. No one said anything. Riley kept staring out the window. I closed my eyes for what felt like seconds. Then, click, the dashboard lit up. The van turned on by itself. The cassette deck buzzed, then played. Static, then that voice. Same one, calm, cold. Riley, devoured. Riley froze. David winced, gripping his ankle. Riley started shaking. She screamed at me to turn it off. I tried to eject it, but it wouldn't. It kept playing. David pulled at my sleeve, whispering, "Don't let it say my name." Then Riley threw open the door and ran into the trees. David took off after her, dragging his ankle. I hesitated, long enough to hear the cassette again. David, broken. Then I heard him scream. I ran and found him on the ground. He'd tripped hard. His arm was clearly broken. He looked up at me and said, "It just snapped." That's when we heard Riley. She was screaming. A strange noise. There was something in the woods. We followed the screams. David was still able to walk. The trees opened into a small clearing. Riley was there, on the ground, her hoodie shredded, her body, most of her was gone. Then we heard it, a growl. We saw it just behind the trees. It was looking at us. David whispered, "Go," and we ran. We ran until the woods turned to rocks, the terrain more treacherous. That's when David fell. The embankment was steep. His body was smashed against the rocks. A jagged branch through his side. He was screaming. Loud. Too loud. The thing would hear. I told him to stop. He couldn't. I looked down, and I knew. He wasn't making it out. I told him I was sorry. I picked up a rock, and I ended it.
Tyler, alone.